In Chasing the Light, local artist Shannon Hutchinson is heavily influenced by her work as a pilot with Caribbean Airlines. Her sky views, land and seascapes offer a view from the cockpit. Soini Gray spoke to Shannon about her work and her art.
Chasing the Light is a new exhibition from Shannon Hutchinson that's currently on at the Horizons Art Gallery. She said this exhibition is a continuation of a theme.
It's really wonderful seeing my work up, actually, because I dropped all of my artwork off and there were a stack of paintings. They weren't framed and they weren't under fantastic light in my apartment, and especially all together. So it's lovely to see them as a collection.
Shannon is also a pilot with Caribbean Airlines. Her mentor, the internationally renowned artist Peter Doig, encouraged her to allow her work with the national airline into her art.
You can look at the paintings and tell that the way that I see the world is very different. The light that I use is very different. The colors that I use is very different. And that is because from the cockpit, I see things differently.
As a pilot, she works very long hours. She told me that she's either seeing sunrise or sunset every time she gets into the cockpit. She laid down many of those views for us, some of which include versions of the approach to the various regional airports, including our very own Piarco. She also uses aviation maps at the base of many of her paintings, which adds an interesting layer to the pieces visually and texturally. As expected, with an exhibition that explores light, her use of color is very deliberate.
I've also started making my own paint, and I learned how to do that when I studied in Florence, and the purist in me really wanted to continue painting when video and installation art was the hot thing. That was 10 years ago. And I thought, no, I don't want to give up painting. So I dug deeper into the more classical side of things.
Some of the work seem to have unfinished elements, but rather than looking incomplete, they draw you in, an act that allows the viewer to become invested in them. Shannon spoke of using her fingers as a medium in some pieces to remove excess paint. She says her time in the studio taught her to let the work direct her process.
I don't often end up with what I started thinking I was painting, because I do let the artwork talk to me, and I don't overthink it. And the more I've developed as an artist, the easier that has become, because of course the pilot in me wants to control what I'm doing, you know. So it's really lovely when I get to come home and switch that part of me off and really just go with it and let the paint and the canvas speak to me.
You can catch Shannon Hutchinson's exhibition at the Horizons Art Gallery before April 29th. Soini Gray, CNews.